Hello there! Welcome to the final episode of our sensory mini-series. If you haven't seen the previous episodes, visit our channel to catch up on the rest of our sensory series, in which we discuss the major senses of the human body, their development, function, as well as unique and extreme adaptations in the animal kingdom. In today's episode, we're talking about the sense of touch. We learn about the world around us by using our 5 senses. All of these sense organs are located in our heads, except for our sense of touch. Our sensation of touch, unlike our other senses, is not limited to a single part of our bodies. Touch is sensed through our skin, and every area of our skin contains touch receptors, making it the largest sense organ. Imagine you're walking around with your headphones on, blasting your favorite music, and a close friend sees you and wants to greet you. Since you're in your headphones, your friend taps your shoulder to get your attention. You feel the tap on your shoulder, and you turn your head to look over that specific shoulder and see your friend smiling, excited to have run into you. Touch receptors in your skin generate signals that produce sensation. When your friend tapped you, a sensation signal was generated. The signal will travel along sensory nerves that connect neurons in the spinal cord through bundled fibers. The signal will reach the thalamus and will relay the signal to the rest of the brain. And finally, the signal reaches the somatosensory cortex, where the signal is converted into a sense of touch. Touch receptors sending a message to the brain about the sensation signal may appear to be a lengthy process, but it will all happen in less than a second. As a result, if we feel something, we can react immediately. Our bodies are built in such a way that touch is a natural part of everything we do. Let's break down the 3 types of touch. Light touch, also called protective touch. It is responsible for keeping us safe. It reacts to anything that lightly brushes the skin, including pain and tickling. Our body's defensive warning system is usually triggered by light contact. If you happen to walk into a spider web, your body will move out of the path as an instinctual protective response. This component of our touch sense is also responsible for moving our hand when we touch something hot or anything that hurts, such as thorns, fire, or extremely hot water. The light touch pathway is quick to respond, but the information it provides isn't very specific. It concentrates the threat signal, which is why we need to see it for ourselves to confirm what we've been sensing. Discriminative touch, also known as fine touch. This component of our touch system gives us very particular and thorough information about what we're touching or where we've been touched. In the case of the spider web, the light touch system would detect something unpleasant touching your arm and cause you to move. The discriminative touch pathway will alert the brain that something that came into contact with the skin was sticky. Your brain deduced that it was most likely a spider web based on your previous experiences. Touch pressure. A firmer touch or a grip is considered to be touch pressure. It functions in tandem with the discriminative touch pathway. If you get a hug, your discriminative touch pathway not only tells you where someone is touching you, but also lets you know how hard they are squeezing you. Touch pressure refers to the sensation of how soft or hard they are squeezing. Another example is when you tighten your shoes. The amount of pressure they put on your feet tells you if they are too tight or too loose. You can also feel the pressure of a heavy blanket on your skin if you are sleeping under one. A massage is also a therapeutic touch pressure. You will know where you are being touched and how hard you're being touched. The 3 different types of touch are the breakdown of how our senses of touch function. To add to it, some receptors help in the perception of different textures. We can tell if something is composed of metal, wood, glass, or fur with our fingers. Our feet can tell if the water in our bathtub is hot or cold. Our backs can detect whether a towel is wet or dry. When someone embraces us, we can feel pressure on our arms and chests. Additionally, the air temperature is sensed by the receptors. When the air touches the receptors of our skin, it sends a message to the brain and distinguishes between warm and cold. The pain receptors are the most significant. These receptors are found throughout our body. Pain is a warning sign that something is wrong. Pain continues to communicate with the brain and advises us to go away from the source of our discomfort. How did touch develop? The sense of touch begins in the womb and continues to develop and evolve through the first year and beyond. As a mother holds, nurses, bathes, and comforts their baby, moms use touch to communicate and interact with them. Babies later utilize their sense of touch to discover the texture and shape of the world around them. Touch is one of a baby's most important senses, especially in the first few weeks. It also aids babies with communicating their needs and desires, interacting with others, and exploring their surroundings. As the baby grows, the process of how they perceive the sense of touch also improves. But what about an animal's sense of touch? Not just humans, but also animals have developed a strong sense of touch, which has become an important aspect of their survival. The manatee. Manatees can touch at a distance, which means they can feel things without touching them, even if they are quite far away. A manatee's body is coated in hundreds of whisker-like hairs that allow them to feel things and notice changes in their environment, such as temperature, currents, tidal forces, and, of course, objects, giving them an advantage over the rest of the animal kingdom. The catfish. Catfish, unlike other fish, do not have scales covering their entire body. They are one of the world's most highly tuned species. Catfish have incredibly soft skin, which gives them a great sense of touch, feeling everything around them. They also have a row of small hairs running down the side of their bodies. They are a complete package of sensitivity as a result of all of this. It's also been said that catfish can predict earthquakes up to a week ahead of time. The Starnosed Mole. Despite their creepy look, they have a nose with almost 6 times the number of receptors as a human hand. As a result, instead of smell, they use their nose to feel and touch. They also use their sense of touch to look for insects to eat. The crocodile and the alligator. Crocodiles and alligators contain roughly 1,000 touch receptors under their jawlines, about the size of a pencil tip for each receptor. They use the vibrations underwater to detect the movement, presence, and position of any other animals. Lastly, crickets. This may seem a little odd, but hear me out. Crickets are little, and they are preyed upon by a variety of predators. As a result, their sense of touch has greatly developed to help them survive. Their bodies developed tiny hairs on their abdomen. These hairs are extremely sensitive and contain touch receptors, allowing them to detect even minor changes in air movement, helping them avoid those same predators. The sense of touch can be a very important aspect of every living creature on the planet, especially humans. Not only can we benefit from touch's basic function, but we can also use it in several ways. A simple tap from someone can be encouraging and boost our confidence. A gentle touch from a loved one can provide relief and comfort. And a touch from others can be therapeutic and help in the relief of illness, symptoms, and conditions. When it comes to animals, having a really good sense of touch is also important. They have such an incredible sense of touch that the fact that catfish can foresee earthquakes before they happen still amazes me. Well, there you have it. This wraps up our Sense of Touch episode. As always, thank you for tuning in. Check out the other episodes of our sensory mini-series, as well as our other interesting and fun videos. Don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe. Take care.